Hi everybody, I'm Joe.
And I'm Mary.
And we're Book Buds.
And today we're going to be doing the Eclectic Reader Tag. But first, we're going to remind you guys about the giveaway that we're doing. So Joe, tell them what they got to put in the comments if they want to be entered in the giveaway for Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber.
Yes, you have to state simply, we're Book Buds.
We're Book Buds.
In the comments.
Yes.
And we love seeing that, so every time you enter, we're really going to enjoy that. So
yeah, because we're all Book Buds and it makes us really happy to have other buds out there.
Yeah.
So that's one step, and then be sure to subscribe to this channel and also follow us on Instagram at, what's our Instagram?
Book Buds
BookBudsJM. That's what it is.
We should know our Instagram.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get down to the Eclectic Reader Tag. So we were tagged by Berna's Bookish Adventures, and I'm so thankful we were tagged because we really are eclectic readers.
We are.
Especially you, for sure.
Yeah.
And Joe is, I think, the reason that I end up branching out into other things too. So really great to be tagged in this. And Berna, you guys should check her out. If you haven't, she always has a Turkish word of the day at the end of her video. So we're going to include a clip right now for the word author that she shared because I think it's so cool to learn these words.
The Turkish word for author is yazar. Fun fact, this yazar is also a very common surname in Turkish. So yazar is the Turkish word of the day.
And the original tag was made by Kelly, the Cozy Reader, so we'll link that below as well. She was mentioning when she did this tag that she notes that like a lot of people listen to different music, you know, so like you might like jazz, you might like pop, you might like all of it. So you can also like a lot of different books too, instead of just getting stuck into one genre. So I like that comparison, and it really is true of us. So that's pretty neat. So Joe, the first question, where do you get your book recommendations from?
So it used to be where I would just, browse the bookstore, which I still do, and just like naturally find books that I want. But now with social media, like Goodreads is totally helpful. I'm involved with a few Facebook groups, and you learn all about like different books from there. Of course, family and friends. I have a lot of reader friends, and they tell me. So like I'm often discussing books with my other book buds other than you. So it's just like that kind of a thing.
I used to have a hard time getting book recommendations because like I knew what I liked, but I didn't know exactly how to express it, And so I knew that I liked stuff that maybe like older kids were reading. So if I met a family that had like a teenage kid, I'd be like, what book are you reading?
I love it. Can we go up to your room? Can I see your bookshelves?
I don't want to talk to your parents about books. I want to talk to you about books.
Got a little awkward when Mary went over her friends' houses.
But like, no joke, that's totally where I got some recommendations.
That's so funny.
That was before I really started using Goodreads regularly. I really love Goodreads, honestly.
Yeah,
like you
great.
can learn so much about what you want to read. And also my library, when I borrow books through like the Kindle app for my library, that pops up a lot of great recommendations as well. So, and I mean, my bud, he always picks out a good book for me. He knows what I like.
Yes.
So that I appreciate. I mean, I could keep going.
I know. And I thought it was going to be like short and sweet, this answer, like for both of us, but there's a lot of avenues now.
Yeah, I mean, if you want a good book, you don't want to just like grab any old recommendation.
Right.
You want to make sure you get a good
and
recommendation.
then hate the book you're reading.
Yeah.
We just had that discussion.
I hate when Joe hates a book that he's reading. It's like, you should have gotten a better recommendation. Ugh. Wasted time reading a book you hate.
It's
Not
true.
good.
All right. All right, next question. How do you decide what you read next?
I don't know. Honestly, I used to be very impulsive. I would just open up my Kindle and like whatever was there waiting for me, or if I just started scamming through like what was on my Goodreads, probably what most recently came up in my Goodreads, I would just impulsively grab that and be like, let me look and see if I can get this book. So it's only recently, since we've been doing TBRs, do I pick something, plan it, and commit to it.
Yeah.
But then I still kind of want to be impulsive and just look at what titles are on my TBR and grab one from there. How about you?
Yeah.
Similar?
Yeah, I mean, since I own so many books, it's, after I finish one, I'm always just browsing my bookshelves and like
It's own personal library.
Seeing what I've got, what did I forget that I had? And, sometimes you're in the mood, I'm in the mood for like dark or fantasy or a memoir. So I have a lot of different genres that I could choose from. So whatever my mood is in, usually I can find a book that fits that.
And a lot of your books on your shelves are not read yet. So you have
Most of them.
Plenty of options.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm a little jealous.
Yeah.
Okay, question 3. How has your reading taste changed over time?
So I think I've become more accepting of other genres, because when I was younger, I would only read like mystery thrillers, grisly murder investigations and whodunit type stuff. But I've branched out. I'm into fantasy. I'm into high fantasy and low fantasy, and I'm into memoirs. I like the true stuff, and just horror. I just like a lot of different things. So I've branched out.
I've actually narrowed more recently, but I used to just enjoy reading like romance, anything that people would pass off to me, like my mother-in-law, my sister-in-law would pass books on to me, and I would just read whatever. And then I started reading more fantasy when I realized that's what I really truly enjoyed. But then like you helped me to branch out into all this other stuff, but now I'm like, no more branching out. I want to go back to fantasy because I know I really love it, and I'm trying to like refocus myself. Because I truly believe you need to read what you love. Read what you love.
You don't like branching out too much.
Not right now. Maybe later I will.
Not right now.
The Mary of today doesn't like branching out.
So I can't suggest any of those other books.
You can, because maybe the Mary of tomorrow will read them.
We don't know what we're gonna get day to day, folks. This is I'm snorting. All right, next question. Ready?
Okay.
What genres or subgenres do you never read?
So I really don't read nonfiction, but like, yes, I read memoirs, but specifically historical or political nonfiction. Oh my God, I wouldn't be able to read it. I would just be sleeping. I can't.
Right.
I can't do it. I'm sorry. For those of you that like that genre, I just can't do it. How about you?
So like you mean like a book on like World War II? Like
or
a true
even
account or something?
Even if Obama's like personal book or whatever, I just can't. I would be bored to tears, even if I like the individual. I can't. I can't do it.
Got it. Okay.
How about you?
Romance.
That's very true.
Or westerns. I've never read a western. I think I've actually read a romance.
You did, but you stopped in the middle. That was
no.
Nicholas
Sparks. Like once upon a time, I was reading every single book that James Patterson published, and he wrote like some romances, I guess. If you probably would be like, this isn't a romance. I don't know. It was like he was dipping his toes in every genre. So I read a few of those, and those are okay.
Okay. But other than that, that would not be something you would read.
No.
Okay, last question is a lengthy one. So what are 5 specific subgenres that you enjoy, and include a recommendation or 2 for each one?
Okay, I like high fantasy. So this is like The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings. Those are a must. You must read those if you like fantasy. They are great. Okay, and then I also like young adult fantasy. We love that together. So that's The Cruel Prince, Mary's favorite. That is now one of my favorites. Caraval, both of us, we love that. Graceling, all those types of books that we've already reviewed. So check them out on our channel. Okay, next, it's called The Whodunit Mystery. There's no explanation needed. I like Ruth Ware's books, The Woman in Cabin 10, also Shari LaPena, awesome stuff. So they're just really like exciting the whole time, trying to figure out and solve the murder. It's fun. The book I'm reading now by Shari LaPena, the new one, is so good.
I'm glad you're reading a book you like
yes,
right now.
because last night I finished that horrible one,
Yes.
and then I started. Oh my God, it is like from page 1. She is amazing.
That's awesome.
Ugh, love her. Shari LaPena, I love you. She's so good. Okay, next I like forensic thrillers. Now I think that Patricia Cornwell really does this very well. Her first book is called Postmortem, but also Karen Slaughter. Karen Slaughter is great. Patricia Cornwell, I think, came first, and then Karen Slaughter came after. I've seen Karen Slaughter at some book signings. She's awesome. She's very explicit, though, and like graphic in her crimes. You get a little nauseous reading the descriptions of the murders. But yes, I like Karen Slaughter and Patricia Cornwell. And last, I like the subgenre called realistic fiction. So this is like anything by like Frederick Bachman. That's like, set in real time with real people, and these events can really happen, realistic. So I just think his books are so charming. I think his books are translated from another language, perhaps, but he's amazing. Frederick Bachman, check him out.
See, now realistic fiction, if it's like particularly scary or gruesome or horrific, I don't like that because I don't personalize it too much. Like, this could really happen to me.
Right. It really could happen.
So
yeah.
I try to stay away from parts of that genre personally.
All right. Well, let's hear your subgenres.
Okay, so I had a hard time with this because, like, really passionately, I'm just like romance and fantasy. So I'm like, how do I find subgenres for romance and fantasy? But I found it. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm going to read through all of them because I think it's kind of funny.
Okay.
I found dystopian romance, paranormal romance, fictional romance, fantasy romance, and romantic suspense. I like all those subgenres.
Wow. It's a lot of romance.
I know, right? It made me happy to answer this way. But
Okay.
so for dystopian romance, I'm going to say Matched by Ali Condi. Matched was one that I actually was like, I saw a kid and I was like, hey, what are you reading? And they were reading Matched, and I really enjoyed it. So then paranormal romance, I was like, that's Gina Showalter. I love Gina Showalter.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got these romance going on with the lords.
My powerful,
The
manly,
lords.
manly warlord.
Yes, lords of the underworld.
Yes.
So we can link that video down below where Joe does some manly moves for the scene.
Manly moves.
But I enjoy her books. So then fictional romance is something that's kind of like character driven, like family kind of stuff, and just happy romantic kind of things. And this is like Barbara Delinsky books or Susan Wiggs, and this is what I used to read a long time ago that really just makes me feel cozy and happy with like happily ever after kind of endings.
Like the Hallmark Channel.
Yes, that's kind of like that. And I enjoy those. It's just so peaceful, so happy making.
Happy making. You did it again. From that book.
Yes, that's from Uglies.
Happy making.
Bubbly making.
Right.
Then I like fantasy romance. I think this is probably what I like most right now. Like the Cool Prince that you mentioned, also A Court of Thorns and Roses. That kind of fits with that. It's excellent genre that I enjoy. And then lastly, there's romantic suspense. So this one's probably one right here. I haven't read this one yet, but Jane Ann Krentz, she's definitely like, her books have a great little suspense story going on, but there's also romance throughout it. So I'm like, why do I like this mystery so much? Because there's romance in it too. So I enjoy her as an author overall. That's it.
You would classify The Cruel Prince as a romance?
There's a romance theme to it, for sure.
It really, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, didn't really take over. But...
Right, and that's why you liked it too.
Right.
So for me, romance doesn't need to take over the book for me to enjoy it. I just want a thread of it to be there.
Yeah.
So, if you have any kind of love interest going on in the story,
like,
then
to me, like, that's just like life. Like life happens.
Okay, so I like life books. Life with love.
Life with love. They break up, you don't like it?
No, they can break up.
Oh, okay.
That's fine.
All right.
Yeah. So you guys let us know how you would answer some of these questions. Where do you get your recommendations? What subgenres do you like? We'd love to hear about it in the comments below. We also have to tag some people now. So who should we tag?
Noah. And
Noah.
everyone who reads it must converse. Noah, we want to hear about all the genres that you enjoy.
And let's tag Chris Reviews. Chris Reviews has Ferret's Visit on her channel, which is super fun. And she does like 1-minute reviews of books. So I want to hear about the different genres that you like. I know you have certain genres that we overlap in, but like, let's hear about some others that you like.
Why don't we tag some people that just did our original tag?
Yeah, okay.
All right. Talking Tea with Catherine.
And Erin Megan.
And Leslie at The Nerdy Narrative.
All right. Let's see your answers, guys.
If you're enjoying Book Buds, give us a thumbs up.
And share us with your friends.
And subscribe to our channel, Book Buds!
Another tag! Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe.
That's what it is.
Got it.
Yeah.
Book Buds JM. When
Okay.
you said, be sure to subscribe, all I heard in my head was Oliver. As Oliver says, be sure to subscribe. It was Oliver.
Yes.